Hey, it's Fred, the submarine guy. Today we're going to talk about writing a periodic email newsletter, which is step 29 of our 30-day lead generating process. We're almost done here. Remember, lead generation is your most important task in business that can literally explode your income. Getting subscribers on your email list every day lets you communicate with them for months and years to come as you provide training, leadership, guidance, and recommendations to them to grow their business. Your email list is your most valuable asset in online marketing. Let's get started. Newsletters are a great way to keep people up to date on news in their niche. Traditionally, a newsletter has a variety of content from trends and new information to helpful hints, opinion pieces, recommendations, and more. Keep a good mix of helpful advice and tips versus pure marketing and sales materials, however. 80% on helpful tips and advice with 20% of the remainder being sales materials is probably about right. Now, if you're doing a launch of a new product, you're probably going to have a little more sales material in your build up toward the launch. But for the daily emails, the every other day or weekly or monthly email newsletters that you put out, the 80-20 rule is still probably a good sign. Now, of course, if your call to action is to go to another one of your marketing sites, such as YouTube or your blog or your podcast, which might happen to have sales material on it, that's fine as long as they're getting the good value that you promised in your call to action. This will encourage people to subscribe so that they can look forward to getting your periodic newsletter. Some marketers even send one email a day. In fact, I knew one marketer that sent 2 emails a day. You have to know the needs of your audience so that you can meet them. This guy was a top marketer, and he knew his audience well. In the morning, he would send a what's happening around the house kind of email that he called the um, I forget what the name was that he called them, but and in the afternoon he would send a marketing email and have a sales link in there or a sales tip in there kind of thing. So he did that as a routine, and that way his subscribers knew what they were going to get, and the ones that didn't like it got off the list. Make sure you keep a planning calendar of upcoming emails. Whether you're doing them every day or doing them once a month, planning ahead, it will always pay off well. Um, I got to where I was doing most of my emails on Saturday or Sunday and then programming them to go out Monday through Friday. Every now and then I might write a new one in the middle of the week and insert it or things like that. But for the most part, if I wouldn't have planned those, I might not have had enough time on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday to write an email, even though it doesn't take that long. But planning them ahead of time will let you do the research ahead of time, write the email ahead of time, program it in your email autoresponder ahead of time, and keep you up to date. Also, make sure you use the syndication process to expand the scope of your newsletter onto other mediums. If you're writing an email newsletter, you can also publish it on Twitter or on your announce it on your podcast and give some highlights of it or things like that. You could publish parts or all of it on YouTube and put a link back to your blog or your email if it's archived for people to go read the rest of it. Don't forget to put in a clear, precise CTA or call to action in each email to send, even if it's not a sales email, have a value post or a podcast or whatever that you want to send them to keep your readers engaged. That's where the money is. For more exciting tips on lead generation, see my blog post at the link below. The next tip to bring you more leads will be coming soon, so hit the subscribe button here if you're up on YouTube. and so you can be the first to be notified. Remember, copy success in business. It works.